In this Hitman 3 ICA Facility Challenges walkthrough, I'll show you how to tackle all the Final Test challenges step by step. This first route will tackle these challenges. From the start, head left along the cars towards the left side of the fence. There's a gap you can vault over. Vault over the fence. Move left through the bushes, making sure the two mechanics do not spot you, then sneak behind the guard and vault through the small checkpoint's open window. To your left, you will find a radio. Activate it to lure the guard over. You can use this opportunity to pacify him and take his disguise. Leave the checkpoint using the door and hide in the bushes. Wait here until the guard enters to examine the radio. It should not take him more than a few seconds to be in position. Follow the guard into the checkpoint and subdue him. After he is down, switch into his security guard disguise. This should unlock security breach. After, you can just leave him where he lays, no one will find him here. Grab the guard's weapon and make sure the radio has been turned off. You may need to turn it off yourself. Exit the checkpoint using the door and continue left around the outside of the loading area. Careful, as there is an enforcer watching the inside of the yard. Avoid the enforcer and head through the large garage door located at the back of the loading area. Head right past the two chatting guards and into the next room. There'll be a lone mechanic here. Take him down. Hide the mechanic in the nearby crate, then switch into his mechanic disguise. This should unlock Nobody Notices a Grease Monkey. Remember this location, as you'll need this security guard disguise again later. Turn around and grab the wrench sitting on a crate to your right. After, head into the jet hangar through the large opening. By the front of the jet, sitting on the crates is a clipboard you need to investigate. Head over to it and do just that. This should unlock Fast and Low. Walk to the other side of the jet, but make sure to go around the front. There's an enforcer here who will see through your mechanic disguise. Look for the open panel on the jet and use your wrench to reactivate the ejector seat. You will use this later to eliminate Jasper. Turn around and head up the stairs to the next floor. You need to fetch Jasper to test his escape plan. Continue along the catwalk, take a right, and then head through the large open doorway on the far side of the catwalk. Head right and through the door into the war room. You'll find Jasper here. Talk to him to begin escorting him to the jet.
Jasper Knight, we gotta go over the safety protocol.
Lead him back to where you left the security guard disguise, a slight detour before getting to the jet.
Well, it must be, mustn't it?
Once you've arrived, drop a save. You'll need to reload to it shortly. Switch into the security guard disguise in front of Jasper, then eliminate him with a handgun. This should unlock Indiscriminate Security. Once the challenge pop-up confirms it, reload.
Target down. You did it. Now head towards an exit.
In this timeline, lead Jasper to the jet. You'll need to interact with the same clipboard you did earlier. This will start the test.
Okay, Mr. Knight. Climb in the cockpit, please.
Follow the button prompts to walk Jasper through the test.
Step 3. Pull the ejector seat handle.
Enjoy the show as Jasper gets launched into space. This should unlock a bunch of challenges: mechanical solutions, flying colors, and mission story safety first.
Target down. You did it. Now head towards an exit.
Exit the map on this occasion to make sure you get your tactical turtleneck.
You know that guy who flew in from Moscow? Oh, he's the real one.
When you hit the button at the start, you should unlock tactical turtleneck. Route 2 will tackle these challenges. From the start, head right around the small truck towards the far side of the fence. There's another gap in the fence you can vault over there. This puts you in a better start for some challenges. Vault over the fence and then sneak left, creeping between the bushes over to the next fence. There's another gap here, which will get you into the backyard. Vault over the second fence and wait behind the boxes. Look through the fence to keep an eye on the patrolling soldier. Wait for him to look away, then continue through the opening in the gate. Subdue the exposed soldier here and drag him into the bushes. Once hidden, switch into his Soviet soldier disguise. This should unlock armed insurrection. Turn around, grab the rifle on the ground, and then vault through the open window. Walk left towards the chatting guards, and then right through the double doors into the reception area.
He's a grandmaster.
Continue past the reception desk and enter the first door on the left into the small kitchen. You'll find a bottle of vodka here, grab it as you'll need it later. Turn around and head left. You'll find some rat poison on a shelf nearby. Grab it, you'll need it later too. Walk past this set of chatting guards and enter the door on the right, then walk up the stairs. Jasper and his bodyguard should be just leaving the war room. Enter while it's empty. This gives you an opportunity to set up the poison. Approach the desk on the far side of the war room. You'll find 2 glasses here. Poison the left glass with the rat poison as Jasper drinks from it when set up properly. Then place the vodka in between. This should unlock Nash Z'darove. Turn around and look at the chessboard. You'll need to solve it. Spoiler alert, the solution is moving the queen to g3. This should unlock mission Story-To Fallen Comrades and help Jasper out. Wait in the war room until Jasper and the Colonel toast.
Don't be daft, Knight. You people don't go around making toasts to capitalism, do you?
Point taken. Nostrovia.
Close enough.
After they toast, Jasper will get sick and head into the bathroom attached to the war room. This should unlock sick to his stomach.
Okay. I don't feel so hot. Oh, God. What? Hey, are you okay?
Follow Jasper into the bathroom and drown him. This should unlock drowning his sorrows.
Please don't. Oh!
Make sure to hide the body quickly if you want to exit the map, as the Colonel will walk into the bathroom.
Towards an exit.
After you've unlocked the challenge, you can also just restart the mission. Challenges are unlocked immediately, so there's no need to exit the map, at least on Hitman 3. Route 3 will tackle these challenges. From the start, follow the previous route the same way up until you enter the reception area disguised as a Soviet soldier. On the desk next to the guards is a set of slides. Grab them as you'll need them later on. Then return through the door you entered and head up the stairs.
Told you he was a psychopath.
The ambassador was a traitor.
Walk left through the office and locate the projector in the middle of the room. Insert the slide so the projector turns on. After the projector is on, leave through the door to your left. This leads out to a balcony and you can peep through the open window. Wait until the Colonel fetches Jasper and returns. When they return, drop a save as you will need to reload to complete 2 separate challenges here. Crouch so you're not spotted and disable the power to the projector using the breaker in between the door and the window. This causes 2 things to happen. Jasper will open the projector to try and repair it, and the Colonel will investigate the breaker to flip it back on. First, you'll need to electrocute Jasper yourself and the Colonel can get in the way. You'll need to time it so Jasper's tinkering and the Colonel isn't at the breaker. In this run, the timing's worked out. If you need to, just take down the Colonel when he comes outside and the guard to your right, before going to flip the breaker yourself. Flip the breaker back on when Jasper is tinkering to eliminate him. This should unlock a slide mistake and mission story safe conduct. Reload to your save to tackle the other slide challenge. In this timeline, disable the projector breaker again, but do not intervene. Just let nature take its course. Once the Colonel eliminates Jasper, you should unlock Death by Proxy. You do not need to exit the map and are free to restart the mission once you've seen the challenge pop up. Route 4 will tackle these challenges. From the start, follow the previous route the same way up until you vault through the window disguised as a Soviet soldier. Head left and up the stairs into the office. Walk through the office, then the door on the left, and out into the balcony. There's a soldier stationed here you need out of the way to make it easier to get to the Colonel. Pacify him when clear and stash him in a crate next to the door. Don't forget to grab the drop rifle so it doesn't mess up any AI routines. Wait for the Colonel to appear for a smoke break. Subdue the Colonel and stash him in the same crate next to the door. Then switch into his Colonel disguise. This should unlock you are the Colonel now. Remember where you drop your Soviet soldier disguise, as you'll need it later. Head back through the door and then exit the office through the double doors on your left. Turn right and go into the war room to meet Jasper.
No.
Talk to Jasper to begin leading him. You need to bring him to the radio room with a slight detour.
Knight, follow me. Lubyanka's on the line. My superior wants to speak to you personally.
Well, about time. Lead the way.
Leave the war room and go through the first opening on the left. Drop a save here as you'll need to reload soon.
Man on the radio.
Notice the hanging spotlights above the catwalk. You need to shoot one to have it crush Jasper. I found this easiest if you put some distance between you and him, then just time it with practice.
He has taken.
After he is hit with the spotlight, you should unlock a light headache.
Now head
Reload
towards
to your save and continue down the catwalk without the spotlight shenanigans.
Is it him?
You'll know soon enough.
So, he has taken an interest.
At the far side of the catwalk, enter the door flanked by 2 guards. This is the radio room. Once Jasper enters, you should unlock Mission Story Final Terms.
They say Janus's men cannot be turned or broken.
They say a lot of things. This way, please.
Huh. I know that model. Thank you.
Return to where you left
Here.
your Soviet soldier disguise and switch back into it. Head back to the radio room and eliminate Jasper with your assault rifle.
Who's this guy think he is?
This should unlock Sweeping Snow in Siberia.
Are you there?
Feel free to go down in a blaze of glory afterwards. As usual, no need to exit the map as you unlock the challenge immediately. Route 5 will tackle Silent Assassin Suit Only and the Hammer Time Challenge. At the start, head left along the cars towards the side of the fence. You can vault over it through a gap. Grab the hammer sitting on a small box right next to the fence, then vault over it. Sneak through the bushes to avoid being seen by the 2 mechanics and then vault into small checkpoint's open window. Leave through the doorway and keep sneaking in the bushes. Use them to get around the outside of the loading area. Keep an eye out for the patrolling soldiers. Next to the large garage door on the far side of the loading area, right behind the soldier, is a pipe. Sneak up to it and climb it. At the top of the pipe, start scaling right past the windows. You need to enter the 3rd window, which is a bathroom. Get your hammer ready and wait until Jasper begins to leave the war room. This will put some space between him and his bodyguard. Time it right and pacify his bodyguard with the hammer. Drag the body to the bathroom to stash it in the crate next to the door. Retrieve your hammer, being extra careful not to pick up something else by mistake. If you do that, you will fail the Hammer Time Challenge. Wait in a safe place for Jasper to return, then subdue him with the hammer. Once he's pacified, drag him to the bathroom and eliminate him by snapping his neck. Stash his body safely in the crate next to the door.
Target down. You did it. Now head towards an exit.
Leave the war room through one of the windows and retrace your steps back to the beginning. Make sure you keep an eye out on the guards in the loading area. They should be the only ones with the potential to spot you on the way back. Once you hit the button to exit, you should unlock Suit Only, Silent Assassin Suit Only, Silent Assassin, and Hammer Time. If you followed all these routes, you should have also unlocked Mission Stories ICA Facility, Master Assassin, and Chameleon. In addition, here's a brief location showcase to unlock Discover Cuba, in case you may have missed one. Loading Area. Hangar Gate. Jet Hangar. Locker Room.
100 times.
Vodka.
That's what
Hangar Reception. Office. Radio Room.
Story-To Comrade.
War Room. Hangar Roof. If you got all the way to the end, thanks for watching. If you found this walkthrough helpful, let me know in the comments below, and then why not check out my other Hitman 3 ICA Facility walkthroughs in this playlist here. If there's a specific topic in Hitman 3 you'd like me to cover, let me know in the comments too, and while you're down there, check out the description for links to my socials and the Discord. Hopefully I'll catch you around there sometime.